Oh, meet Kevin, you screwed up big time. So if you don't know, the other day, Kevin finally released his version of the DUI video that's going to clear all the air and show that he wasn't drunk, right? And this was a colossal disaster, and he lied multiple times in this video, which we're going to cover. I'm going to break it all down. Lied multiple times. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this video released about a day ago, where he breaks it all down, first thing is like he talks about how I'll show you the first couple seconds so you can see.
Hey everyone, meet Kevin here. I have the flu, and I'm hoping to provide you an unedited, just sort of raw talk video here on the fact that I got arrested for allegedly driving under the influence. That's DUI. And I want to help as many people learn from the potential mistakes that I made.
Okay, so what's really funny about this is either he is sick or faking sick, but I highly believe that he waited to make sure to make this video when he was sick, right? Because it makes him appear sympathetic. Now, if you don't know, Kevin actually released a video about a month ago breaking down this actual DUI video and going over why he wasn't drunk. And in that video, he came across completely different. He wasn't sick, right? And basically the entire video, he was trashing the police officer, how the police officer didn't do anything correct, they don't have anything on me, I'm gonna be free. And basically he comes across like a complete jerk in the video he released a month ago. The video was so bad that he took it down less than, I think about an hour later, he took the video down because his own audience was calling him out saying, nothing in this video proves that you weren't drunk. You're being a jerk to the Florida Police Department. This is a terrible image for you, Kevin. And he took that video down, hasn't talked about the DUI for over a month. Now he's doing this new video. He actually learned from his mistakes. He actually, he's sympathetic, and he comes across like, guys, I'm sick. You should feel really bad for me. I just want to say what I did was wrong, and I just want to do this video to help people so they don't go through the same thing I did, right? He comes across as someone who's sorry for what he did, and he wants to set everything right, which is a far cry from the video that he did a month ago. So at least he learned from his mistake, but I don't believe anything in the video that he says. He's a complete liar, and let's go over it. Now, the first thing I want to mention is it says, meet Kevin, full DUI arrest footage. And the first half of the video is basically just him talking. And then the second half of the video is the DUI footage. And what's really interesting is he actually stole this video off of my channel. All right, so this entire second half where he shows the whole footage, this is actually from my channel, if you don't know. Now, the reason I know this is because I actually edited the footage that I was given by the Florida Police Department. So I actually added, I'll show you the beginning, this right here. This warning or whatever, body cam footage released by Tampa PD, footage has been edited, everyone is considered in it. I put this in the video.
Convert advise on it.
This was directly put in there on my video that I created, right? Now, why am I saying all this? I think it's incredibly petty and a really douchey move to basically go to my channel, screen record the entire video, and then re-upload it on his channel. Because Kevin himself has the unedited body cam footage. He has said so himself, and I know he has it. I know his lawyers have it, because they're obviously going to use it as evidence in case. But instead of actually using his version of the body cam footage, he just stole the version that is on my channel. That's an incredibly douchey thing to do. And it's not even like the full footage. The full footage is like 45 minutes long, and it basically cuts out a bunch of the boring parts where nothing actually happens, like the officer's driving in the car. But he decided to just steal the video off my channel and re-upload it as his video. So the next thing I want to say is I guarantee you Kevin's lawyers are furious that he posted this video. Now, if you don't know, he has two different cases. His lawyers got the two cases split up. So there's the DUI case, and then there's the running the stop sign case. Initially, that was all one case. The lawyers got that separated. He has two different lawyers for both those cases. Both those cases are still ongoing. They will happen in November. And you should not be posting, this is why I'm innocent. This is why I did nothing wrong, right? You should not be posting this on YouTube while your case is still ongoing. And Kevin says multiple lies in this video that I guarantee you the prosecution, if they're in the case, if they're even moderately intelligent, can use this case to prove that Kevin is lying, to prove that Kevin is a complete idiot who should not be posting stuff like this. So we're going to go through the video. We won't go through the entire video. I'll just, go forward to the actual parts where he lies, the interesting parts, and I'll break those down.
And I want to help as many people learn from the potential mistakes that I made. So far, my case has been dismissed with the DMV, but I still have a separate court hearing.
He doesn't have any cases that have been currently dismissed. He has the 2 cases. They're both still ongoing. Anyone can look these cases up in Florida. They're public record. So both those cases are still ongoing. Both the DUI case and the case to get his license back. So this is being dishonest. As he'll say in a minute, his lawyers have told him not to talk about it. He apparently does not want to listen to his lawyers that he's paying obviously hundreds of thousands of dollars for. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to give my own lie of the story so that the prosecutors in the case can use this information to bury me in court.
Some attorneys would probably tell you to shut up and not say anything, but at this point, I kind of have to realize that the longer I stay quiet because attorneys are saying don't say anything, the longer other maybe like hundreds of thousands of people don't hear my perspective. And if I can prevent just one person from doing what I did, then that's worth it. So I don't want to make this video. This is really bad. It doesn't look good for me, my courses. You know, we have the seed coupon code expiring this weekend. We're upgrading the website and it expires this weekend. You know.
I do love how Kevin, every option he gets, he's explaining his DUI story. He's trying to do this to help people so no one else gets a DUI like him. But hey, I'm going to drop my coupon code link. Make sure you get it. Make sure you send me some money, guys. I do think that's quite funny.
Look, I'm not going to make any excuses. I just want to really start with that. Drinking and driving is bad, and it shouldn't be done. I can't say I'm sorry, because I really don't think I was impaired. I honestly think I was probably a 0.01. Like, that's like super, super low on the scale where you're kind of like, you feel like a little goofy, and that's it. But you know what? There were some problems with how this all went down, and
what I do think is really interesting is if you watch the body cam footage, he specifically tells the officer that he hasn't had anything to drink that night, right? And now he admits, and he'll admit multiple times in this video, that he had stuff to drink that night and that he thinks he was probably a 0.01, right? So what he's admitting to, yes, I was drinking that night, but I wasn't over the limit, which is a far cry from what he says in the video. And again, this is another reason why this is incredibly stupid that he posted this video, because the prosecution can use this to show that, look, Kevin is lying. Said in the DUI video, in the body cam footage of the police officer, says he hadn't had anything to drink. In this video, yes, he admits that he had stuff to drink that night. Kevin, this is the stupidest thing you could have done.
It is generally illegal to drive when you are deemed intoxicated, which is usually verified through a blood test, urine test, or breathalyzer test.
Okay, so what's really interesting about this clip, and he has done this multiple times now, he's trying to set it up that, guys, I want everyone to know it's completely fine to throw back a couple drinks and then get behind the car and start driving. Now, most intelligent people would admit that, having anything to drink and then going out driving is incredibly stupid. It doesn't matter if you're under the limit or not, right? Obviously, the law has to have a limit that says, if you've had this much to drink, it's no longer safe to drive and it's illegal, and that's 0.08, right? Now, Kevin's like, well, if you're 0.06, you can go ahead and just drive around. That's buzz driving. Most agencies around the world will tell you that's stupid. You're putting other people in danger. Even if what you're doing is legal, you are putting other people in danger by being buzzed and driving around, having a couple drinks or whatever, and then going. That's, again, not illegal, sure, but the fact that he's trying to promote this to people, that, guys, I got a DUI, but, it's okay if you want to throw back a couple beers. Just make sure you test yourself before you get the car. Make sure you're only a 0.4 before you start driving, right? Because that's legal. Really stupid thing to do, but that's legal, so make sure you do that. This is an incredibly stupid message that Kevin is trying to give people.
But now I have to deal with, reputational damage and people like trying to email sponsors and be like, you should cancel Meet Kevin because he got charged with a DUI. It's like, oh, how vindictive are you people? I mean, like, sometimes, and I think that's a very small percentage of people, but God.
So just to point out, he's saying that people are trying to email his sponsors and get him canceled. I've never emailed any of his sponsors. I don't actually feel bad for him because Kevin, went out of his way to get me a copyright strike on my channel for posting the DUI video. He claimed that it was his footage. It was not his footage at all. So, Kevin, I don't feel bad for you because you're obviously extremely vindictive yourself, Kevin. I think it's very odd that you're calling other people vindictive. How could you try and get my sponsors to stop promoting me, right? When you yourself are probably the most vindictive person on all of YouTube.
Gosh, even if that's like 1% of people on a 100,000 view video, that's like 1,000 people who just hate you. It's scary. See, in California, you're legally allowed to request blood or breathalyzer test. This means they give you breathalyzer, blow, 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 blow.
Okay, so Kevin says in California you're legally required to request a blood test to see if you're drunk, right? Kevin was not in California during this arrest. He was in Florida. That is not the law in Florida. You cannot request, I mean, you can request that, but they're not required to give that to you like they are in California. Now, what it seems to be that Kevin's argument that he's trying to set up is that, hey guys, I thought the law was that you could request blood. That's why I requested it, because that's how it is in my state of California. My bad, sorry guys. That seems to be his argument, and he's hoping the judge will just be like, oh, well, you were kind of wrong, so well, you can go free. And that's not going to happen, Kevin. So I don't know why he's trying to use this as his argument. If the officer says you're going to blow into the breathalyzer, you got to do it. And Kevin denied. He's like, I don't want to do that. I only want blood. So this is not a good look for his case at all.
Wonderful people inside. People were asking me for real estate and stock advice. I felt like I was giving seminars. So I was inside for like 8 hours, probably a little bit more, probably like 11. And there was an officer who saw me, and he's like, oh my gosh, no way, that's me, Kevin. They're actually a couple. And so they're coming over like, so stock market, J-Pow, yo, real estate advice. And then like other people walking around like, hey man, I get out of here in 29 days, man. What do you recommend I do? And I'm like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. And like, just like free consultations. It really.
Okay, so this is a lie, I guarantee you. Kevin's trying to promote, oh, I was a big fan. Everyone was a big fan of me in prison. The guy came up to me. He was there. He said he was going to get out in 29 days. That's not true. So Kevin was kept in the processing center after he was arrested for DUI. He was not sent to jail. He's not sent to prison, right? So he's not going to be in the same holding cell with another guy who's stuck there for 29 days. That's not going to happen. Kevin was just in processing overnight. And they say in the DUI video, they arrest someone like this who refuses to take the test, and then they hold them overnight to make sure that there's no sort of narcotics still in their system, so they don't just immediately release them and they start driving drunk again, and then they release them the next morning. Kevin was not in a jail cell, he was in a processing center. So this part, I guarantee you, is made up. This is Kevin just trying to be like, oh, look, everyone's a fan of me. 100% not true, I guarantee it.
That is hell. Like, you can't call your wife, your kids, you can't do anything. And you're like, oh, but you get a phone call. Try using the phone system. I mean, this stuff is like wire switchboard from like the 1960s.
You can absolutely call your wife. You get a phone call, everyone who gets a phone call, and Kevin's trying to be like, oh, the system, the wire system that they're using is from like 1925, so it doesn't work. Kevin, that's not true, all right? You're in Florida. You're in Tampa, Florida. This is not like hillbilly Idaho, dude. They have a good phone system and it has to work. Otherwise, literally anyone who went through the system could say the same thing. The phone system didn't work and I wasn't able to get my one phone call. It clearly works. You clearly called someone because someone picked you up from jail.
Let's get into the footage. Okay, this clip is where I got my phone out in the booking area. And I mean, you ask yourself, do I really look drunk here?
I just like to document that I'm about to call a doctor or a hospital because they're refusing to do a blood. They want to force it.
Okay, now pay attention to this next.
Okay, so you're not supposed to get your phone out while you're being processed like that. That's why the officer came over and turned off his camera. You're not supposed to do that. Again, Kevin's a little weasel, right? And he's trying to set up the fact that like, oh God, I kept asking for blood and they didn't give it to me. The Florida Police Department knows what they're doing. They gave you the option of taking the breathalyzer, and he refused it, right? I do not think that Kevin is going to get out of this case. He's just trying to weasel his way out as much as possible.
After the officer first approaches the car, he takes my license, goes back to his car. Then I'm like, oh, I should videotape this. So I take my cell phone out, put it on the dashboard, pointing at me.
All right, so we've been pulled over in Florida. I ran a stop sign. This is true. I did run a stop sign. Good call with the cage, bro. Oh my god. No, they always do at night, dude. It's fucking midnight, bro. Every cop asks, dude. It's every fucking question, man. How far away? 4 minutes? Oh, we're close. We're good. We're good. Give me my ticket for my stop sign. Get the fuck out of here. Now, what's interesting is I don't know how to get in.
All right, so Kevin is trying to use this footage that he recorded as like, look, guys, I'm not drunk. You can see I'm clearly not slurring my words or anything. And to me, this does not help prove his case at all. No one has said that Kevin is so far drunk that he can't function correctly. Like, he can clearly drive a car, and there's plenty of people that can drive a car after having, had a bunch of things to drink. So this doesn't prove anything, and to me, it actually proves that he's nervous. Like, he actually says, he goes, how far away? Oh, just 4 minutes? Oh, we're fine. Just give me my ticket and let me go, right? He's clearly very nervous. He clearly knows why this is going on longer than it should, because he had stuff to drink, and he's worried. He's hoping that the officer will not figure that out. So he's really worried at this point. So that's what it shows to me. Okay, so the entire last 13 minutes of the video is the footage that he stole off of my channel. Again, this is an edited version that I created, and I don't know why he did this. It's an incredibly douchey thing to do. He has his own version of the video that his lawyers got for him. So I don't know why he just didn't post his footage instead of posting, this edited version that I created. I put this in here. I put a bunch of the extra like censor bars in the video. The PD actually put like the censor bar where they censor his driver's license and stuff like that. But the extra one where you censor out the car's license plate, I did all of that. I put that in the video, and Kevin just ripped this completely from my channel. So this is an incredibly douchey thing for Kevin to do, on top of the fact that, he was driving around drunk and shouldn't have done that. So nothing in this video that he actually goes over proves at all that he wasn't drunk or anything like that. It just proves that, he should have given breath, and he thinks that he can get away with just claiming that he wanted a blood test. Now, like I said, he posted this video initially a month ago, but in the first video, he was showing, oh, the officer did everything wrong, I'm completely fine. He came across like a complete jerk, and then took that video down less than an hour later. He has since now posted this new video, and has, at least learned from his mistakes, and appears more sympathetic in this video. But this entire video should not be up. This is definitely, I guarantee you, if the prosecution in his case, if they're even marginally competent, they will use this footage against him in court, showing that he's telling people, guys, you can drink, and drive. Just make sure you're under the limit. That's an incredibly stupid message to be showing to people, Kevin. He's just like, I don't understand how incredibly stupid Kevin is related to this, and just continuing to talk about it and continuing to tell people that, yes, I lied to the officer, I told him I hadn't been having anything to drink, and now I have admitted multiple times in multiple different videos that, yes, I had been drinking, but I think I had processed the alcohol in time, so I was safe to drive. That's what I think. But yes, I did lie to the officer. It's incredibly stupid, Kevin. I don't know why you're doing this. This is a really bad image for you. And I'm sure your lawyers have blown up your phone since you posted this and told you to take it down. But apparently you don't care, and you just want to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars retaining these lawyers who will ultimately lose your case if you continue to do stupid stuff like this.